Thanks very much. Yes, I'm Justin Benson. I am founder, CEO of Spreedly. We're a payment startup in the downtown Durham area. We're in about our third year of full operation. We've raised a little over $5 million. We're about 30 employees. We have around 350 customers. So the opportunity that we saw is all in online payments and mobile payments. Today, if you want to just work with one payment processor, one bank, it's pretty easy. There's a lot of elegant solutions out there. But as soon as you want to work with more than one payment processor or more than one bank, it gets very, very complicated. You're typically touching sensitive credit card data, doing integrations to different payment providers, and managing a lot of risk. And so we saw that opportunity, and that's where we've really built Spreedly for. Why might you want to do that? You're probably a marketplace or platform. We know there's a lot of those growing. Or you're an individual merchant that's expanding internationally and going into new regions or doing acquisitions. Either way, you're finding yourself dealing with a lot of different payment providers. We help you store tokenized credit card data. We have 100+ integrations so you can push your transactions wherever you want. And that's really been an infrastructure story for us for this first 3 years. We're hitting some good scale now. We're seeing sort of billions go across the platform annually. And so when you start to see data like that, you start to get insights. And that's really the next step for us, is mining that data, talking with our customers. They say, it's great, you've taken away our security concerns, our integration concerns, and our routing concerns, but we'd really like to learn more about performance. Are we working with the right banks? Are we working with the right payment providers? And we're in this sort of unique position where we see transactions across a lot of different places, both from the bank, the back end, the merchant, and the region. So that's where we're really focusing our efforts, certainly going into next year. So that's it. That's, from our perspective, we're not raising right now actively, but we are looking at raising again next year, and would really focus in on, people that have experience in payments and e-commerce, because we're doing a pretty unique thing within that space. So Justin Benson from Spreedly, thanks very much for your time.
Next up is Eric Boggs with RevBoss.
Hey there, my name is Eric Boggs. I'm the founder and CEO at RevBoss. We build software for sales prospecting teams in B2B sales organizations. The goal for RevBoss is self-driving sales. We believe that software should do more of the work in the sales process, and that's why we built our product. It automatically sources the companies and prospects that meet the criteria for your company. It automatically sources phone numbers and email addresses and LinkedIn profiles for the right people so that your team has the right data to do its work. And most importantly, it tees up the sales workflow so that the sales rep on your team knows who to call, they know who to email, they know who to contact on LinkedIn. Sometimes the rep needs to do the work, the rep needs to pick up the phone. Sometimes the software does the work. RevBoss automatically sends a personalized email that says, hey Tim Flood, I read your blog posts about XYZ. That's really fantastic. So we create personalized experiences for prospects all in an automated way. And when we do that, that increases reply rate by 60%. This type of automation creates value in a couple ways. One, it makes reps more efficient. They're doing the work that actually moves the needle for the company. They're having conversations with customers. They're solving problems for customers. They're closing more deals. Two, it makes reps more efficient, and thus you need fewer reps. So there's more revenue and more cost, both sides of the equation. We're about 18 months into our life as a SaaS company. We raised a $1.1 million seed round toward the end of last year and still have most of that in the bank. We've increased revenue by 60% from January to August, and we're in the early stages of recruiting for a VP of sales and a VP of engineering to help us gear up for the next phase. We're not raising money today, but we expect to begin the process to raise a Series A early next year. I'm Eric Boggs from RevBoss. Thank you very much.
Next is a company we actually invested in, Alex Smereczniak from TU Laundry.
Morning. Show of hands real quick. Who in the audience enjoys or thinks their spouse enjoys doing laundry? Right, nobody does. Laundry's terrible, it's super time consuming, it's not fun to do, and then going to the dry cleaners is also inconvenient and kind of lacks transparency as well. I'm Alex Smereczniak, and this is why I co-founded 2U Laundry, to eliminate all of those last mile mundane household errands and chores. I first experienced the problem as a freshman at Wake Forest University, where I didn't realize my clothes were gonna get jettisoned from the dryer as soon as the timer was up. So what I did was I bought a local laundry and dry cleaning business my sophomore year, then exited for a 6X return 2 years later. After graduating from Wake, I worked as a consultant for Ernst & Young, where I had my first run-in with dry cleaning and expense reports, both of which I had terrible experiences with. Again, I thought there had to be a better way. At that time, I was watching 2 companies on the West Coast, Washio and Rinse. They were gaining significant traction in the space. However, I thought that their business models were completely wrong and over-engineered on the front end. So what they were doing was they kind of launched with the hype of Uber. They truly wanted to be the Uber for laundry and dry cleaning, which I knew from my past experience wasn't going to work from a unit economics perspective. And about 4 weeks ago, we were proven right when Washio shuttered their operations and shut down their doors. We've been fortunate enough to learn from Washio's mistakes and know that the winning model is one that solves for high quality cleaning, strong unit economics, and sound business fundamentals at scale. And this is exactly what we're doing by offering a subscription-based service offering with static routes versus on-demand, and working very closely with our vendors to implement supply chain software and automation. We launched about 9 months ago, and currently have over 1,000 customers and 37,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And we're currently looking to connect with future investors, as we just closed our seed round last week, and individuals with backgrounds in logistics. Thank you.
As Alex knows, for the right price, they're still raising. Next up is George Adjabeng from Ecodyst.
Thank you. Hi, my name is George Adjabeng, co-founder of Ecodyst. After graduate school, I joined Big Pharma as a medicinal chemist, working both in Silicon Valley and RTP, where I co-invented the cancer treatment drug Tafinla. I was constantly using dry ice to liquefy dangerous vapors. This primitive cooling system is unsustainable, unreliable, environmentally unsafe, and extremely time-consuming. And this affected my productivity. So what did I do? I'm glad you asked. I took my innovative skills that I was using in drug discovery to engineering, and I invented and patented an eco-friendly, sustainable, disruptive cooling technology. So recently, we launched our super fast cooling system, the EcoChill. This instrument is easy to use, it's much more convenient, it's eco-friendly, and it saves time and money. And this speeds up the path to discovery. What is really more exciting about this technology is that researchers at UNC, NC State, Cornell, UC Berkeley, Stanford, the National Institute of Health have either demoed or purchased the EcoChill, and they love it. In fact, NC State ordered a second unit, and pharma giant Genentech has requested a quote for 5 units. We're also very honored and grateful to Professor Joseph DeSimone for endorsement and purchasing one for Carbon 3D. So Ecodyst technology is disrupting a $35 billion estimated cooling market. And we hope to ultimately become the new standards worldwide in both academia and government, and also in industries such as the pharmaceutical industry, chemical, clean tech, energy, and food. Ecodyst is the instrument designed by scientists for scientists. Thank you.
Next company is a company I spent a bunch of time with, working on a lot of cool stuff in the travel space. John Hayes from RewardStock.
Hey everybody, my name is John Hayes. I'm the founder and CEO of RewardStock. Our website is free and it shows you how to travel with points instead of cash. Airline miles, hotel, and credit card reward points. We give you a step-by-step plan for how to pay for that travel with points instead of cash. We believe that experiences, not things, enrich our lives the most. And so we're trying to shift the balance of power from big companies and a small group of experts to each and every one of you. We do this with a smart algorithm that knows exactly the best way to travel with points. Here's some evidence. A few years ago, at the tender young age of 60 years old, my mom traveled outside of the country for the first time in her life on a business class flight to Europe. The look of joy on her face is a memory that I will cherish forever. In another example, my wife and I took a first-class honeymoon to the Maldives. We had a $40,000 vacation for under 200 bucks. But we're not the only ones benefiting. Even though we're in beta, we've already saved some of our over 1,500 users thousands of dollars on their trips as well. You see, the best way to earn points is by getting and using the right credit card for the right amount of spending. When users take our advice to get a better card, we earn a referral fee from the issuer. Our product is improving daily, and we're looking at funding for faster development and a marketing push before the end of the year. If you're ready to join the experience revolution, please come to the demo table. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks.
And last but definitely not least, Sean Steigerwald from Malartu.
Hi, I'm Sean, one of the co-founders of Malartu Funds. In Q2 of 2015, we successfully launched an online investment platform. The basic premise of this platform is that startups would come on, list their offerings, and investors would come on and invest in their favorite companies all online. Well, we successfully did this 13 times by the end of the year. In early 2016, we reviewed our portfolio and we found a pretty interesting trend. 12 of the 13 companies were sending us scarce reports, but one company was sending us highly detailed reports on a monthly basis of what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong, and everything in between. And these guys were raising and making gobs of money. So they had these helpful reports for investors, which meant they had to have a system in place internally to also manage it themselves. So we thought to ourselves, how can we make it so that every company on our platform can do the same thing? The answer is our first of its kind business intelligence tool. Startups connect their data sources like Google Analytics, QuickBooks, Stripe, Mixpanel, et cetera, and they instantly create reports for their internal teams and their investors. Investors track reports, they can form syndicates, and then invest in their favorite companies directly through the platform. So rather than tracking publicly available data like social followers or hires that month, just connect with a company and see exactly how they're doing. I mean, who cares about Twitter followers when you know their customer acquisition costs dropped 30% in the last 3 months, and their average revenue per user increased 5% a week in the last 15 weeks? That's the power of Millar 2. We're gathering more information on companies than any other platform, and we're useful to founders on a daily basis, not just when they're fundraising. So if you're a startup or an investor, and I think everyone in this room is, please come talk to us, sign up for our beta, and come experience the future of funding. Thanks.